What's up, Pandeez?
You're listening to the Pandesoul podcast.
Join us as we unpack the flavors of being Filipino
and American. We're your hosts, Dre Magix, the fictitious professor, and EJ Villaman.
And we hope you're hungry.
Because there's plenty to go around. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Pandesoul Podcast, the funniest podcast on the internet. Yes. We're your hosts, the Dre Magix,
EJ Villaman,
fictitious professor.
And we're here with our special guest, Anil Ratanchandani. Ratanchandani.
No, Ratanchandani. Yes.
Ratanchandani.
You're gonna do it next time.
Anil Ratanchandani.
Yes.
Welcome.
Hello.
I'm not like I'm trying my best for real. I'm just.
But your best was not good
yeah,
enough.
My best was not good enough. Okay. What the topic today? Hi. Sorry, there was stuff that happened off air, and I'm done. I just laughed so hard. But if you want that footage, subscribe to our Patreon.
Right.
When I make a Patreon. But anyway, our kind of topic for today or this week is the idea of like Filipino culture, but it has so much emphasis on pop culture and like trends, and like there's this term that we've been talking about, like Filipino baiting, even, right? So in the whole spectrum of the universe, oh, you know how we did that thing where like Filipino idioms are so exaggerated,
Yeah.
where they're like, oh, I've known them before the dawn of existence or whatever, right? I had another one where do you know what we're talking about? It's so.
What's one that you know?
Yeah, what's one that you know?
Yeah, before a long time ago.
Yeah.
No,
Really like...
the one that I heard this weekend was, oh yeah, I used to know her. We were mortal enemies. I was like, fuck, man.
Boy, do you carry a grudge.
Sub-Zero Scorpions.
Yeah.
Dang.
So I'm gonna start using that. Oh, you're my mortal enemy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know, Dre. We're mortal enemies.
I actually have heard old people from the Philippines say mortal.
Yeah.
Right?
It's an expensive word.
It's so
It's like
bad.
archaic term.
Oh yeah. So why, like, where does it come from that need to use the not really conversational English word? Because you'll be speaking English, and they'll throw in that one thing where they're like, "Oh shit, you read a book like recently."
Colonialism.
Yeah. No, but like, what's an example of the expensive word?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay.
My mom. So I had like I bought some like watermelon juice in a bottle when I was living at my mom's house, and then I was gonna grab it when I left to go to my gig, but I forgot. I like left it on the table. I'm like, oh mom, can you put it back in the fridge? But if you want, you can drink it. And then she had it, and she's like, oh yeah, you know that watermelon juice? I consume it, and it was so good.
Consume.
I was like, dang.
Consume.
Okay.
Consume.
Thanks
Because
for
she probably read the box.
Oh, yeah.
Consume before.
Yeah.
Open it.
It's true. I didn't think about that. It was fresh.
Consume before
It was a fresh
throwing
word.
away.
Dang.
No, because you're absolutely right. Like, they just read a book or something.
Yeah. Or like
I'm gonna use
when
it.
you know what I think it is? When learning English, they remembered the one
Yeah.
that just like resonated with them.
Right.
Wow, resonated.
And mortal,
Ah.
and like using mortal enemy was like taught to us in religion class. So remember,
Ah.
Oh,
a
that's
lot
true.
of us went through religion class, so
Yeah.
you have those terms. So a lot of them, they use church terms, if you notice.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
Ah.
They use a lot of church terms.
Wow.
Genuflect.
Genuflect.
Good one.
They start using it out of the context of church. Ma, saan yung hotdog? Sa tabernacle. Sa kitchen. Yung tabernacle. Like, yo, what?
Yeah, that's true. My mom was like mad at my dad, and it was just me and my mom, and she's like going off about him, and then he calls me, and she's like, "Oh, you see, you call the devil. If you talk about the devil will call."
Oh, another one is reprimand.
Dang.
Dude, watch out, huh? Or your mom's gonna reprimand you.
That's from school, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you notice, it's also like school terms, because I think that's where most learn English.
Yeah.
So it's all like in rules. It's all those words, like something to do with authority, something to do with rules, with restrictions, with because
Right,
that's
it's
how
true.
sad our Catholic education is.
Genuine
So it's that.
Mhm.
I'm gonna start using mortal enemies. I just think that's
Like,
funny.
who the
That's
fuck
funny all
says
around.
that?
Yeah.
You
That
know?
is pretty good.
But like even when you're like something stupid, like you're playing chess, like now we're mortal enemies.
Check.
Yeah.
Checkmate. Eagle one.
Eagle one.
And then because they find one translation for one thing, and they're like, "This is what I'm gonna use
Yeah.
forever."
Yeah.
So it's
That's
like
true.
So smart.
mortal enemy.
But that's kind of the reverse also, right? As FilAms, we take the one like
That's true.
Filipino
Tagalog,
phrase
yeah.
and like they make fun of it so much or whatever it is, right? So one is like the new one that I've been seeing a lot on social media is the like child of the sun or whatever.
Oh.
Mm.
But it's like it's you smell like day, the amoy
Oh,
ng
yeah.
araw.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
add
yeah.
out.
But it's like, oh, let's teach them wrong Tagalog or whatever. Which I love those things.
Yeah.
We're like, let's teach them Tagalog, but make it wrong. It's like, oh, just name your daughter Amoy ng Araw, Child of the Sun.
That's actually kasi uniquely Filipino eh. Like,
Right.
mabaho, hindi, amoy araw.
Yeah.
So you're like, you're not yet mabaho, but it's
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
there.
So the difference is because our pod is all of it is from a Filipino American perspective, right? And you grew up in the Philippines, and how long have you been in the States?
5?
So that's like pretty recent still
Yeah,
in comparison,
super recent,
right?
yeah.
So yours is more like a Filipino, American experience,
Yes.
and ours is the dash,
Mm.
diba?
Oh.
Mm,
And
wow.
it's different, and it's like a small, like visually, the words are different, or it's just changing one punctuation, right?
Yeah.
But it means so much more in difference because of
Super.
its years of cultural upbringing. I was gonna say
Yeah.
training, but cultural upbringing, right? So, what are the kind of things that you see different from your side of the, well, your side of the fence? Yeah, dude, I'm like slowly transforming into a Tito where I'm using the fucking idioms,
Yeah.
where it's, yeah. So from your side of the world, how is,
Like, in what context?
just like culture or like the way people carry themselves and the way they speak. Oh, this is what I'm interested in: the way they speak about their culture, not the culture itself, but the way they kind of give reverence to it.
Filipinos, like, here?
No, from your side.
Or, yeah,
like-
like, at least you're like in your observation.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I really don't get
Oh,
the
so like,
question.
because the way we give reverence to our culture, it's like, yeah, we're cracking jokes, but our version of the Philippines is different from yours
Yes.
because we haven't lived there. We only know visits
Mhm.
or like stories from parents or
Right.
even pop culture from
Yeah,
there.
ours is like anecdotal and
yeah, yeah.
like our reference to the Philippines.
It's a second-
anecdotal and also just like as a visitor.
Yeah, it's a
Uh-huh.
second or third hand version of the Philippines, and yours
Okay.
is you
First
actually,
hand.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, so the question is, what's the difference?
Or what are some differences that you've observed having been here in the States for a couple years?
Oh, in terms of like just American and Filipino
Mhm.
culture in
Yeah.
general.
Mhm.
I think I don't know. I think it was weird because growing up in the Philippines, I was like, why don't I feel like I am in a country that's like supportive of me? Like, why are there so many rules against who I am?
I'm in the
Okay.
Philippines.
Yeah, you know,
Well,
like,
here's a culture shock. Us too.
and then you get here and you're like, it's the fucking same.
Yeah.
Like, actually, it's even worse here because at least back home, it's just the religious part that you have to navigate. But
Mm.
that's it. Afterwards, parang it's like you're essentially on equal footing. If anything, more advantage than some.
Because
But-
of like education.
yeah,
and,
But here it's like I'm like, oh, nobody like cares. Just it's really just it doesn't matter if what kind of Filipino you are. You're the same thing to everybody,
it's not even Filipino, dude. You're Chinese here. Like
Right.
sometimes,
right?
you know what I mean?
I get like different things like Vietnamese.
No, I mean,
Mexican.
Well, yeah, that but also just because you're the skin tone of Asian, we're all like Chinese, Korean, like we're all an amalgamation of that part of the world, right? So we get confused for any and all of it
Yep.
all at once.
Yep.
Never gonna stop
True.
making that joke. but yeah, I think it's such an interesting thing. I was listening to out of all the things, comedy special, Indian comedian Veer Das, but he was saying, have you seen this thing? But
I think
we've talked about it probably.
Haven't seen
I might
it.
have seen the clip on like social media.
But he's saying, if you haven't lived there, the version you think, and I'm taking it into the context of the Philippines, your version of the Philippines doesn't exist, right? But also, or like your parents' version of the Philippines doesn't exist unless they're actively living there now.
Right. It's true.
And what our amalgamation of pop culture in the Philippines, that also does not exist unless we're living there and experiencing it firsthand.
Right.
Right? Because it's such a second or third hand thing, and it's forever shifting that, because when I was like a kid, maybe like middle school or whatever, it was a big thing. Oh shit, there's like a new attraction at the mall. And I'm like, why is everyone talking about this goddamn mall in the Philippines? You know what I mean? Or like, it was the Miss America or Miss Universe thing, but I'm like, is that all that's it over there? Is like poverty and like pop culture?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, there is a really big difference, I think. And that's shocking to me because growing up in the Philippines, we had a lot of, we had a lot of options. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? You think about these things.
You guys had options in the Philippines?
I mean, at least some of us did, and it's great because like you can be whatever you wanted. You could be an engineer, you could be a filmmaker, whatever you wanted, as long as you had education. And then I get here and I'm like, why is everybody obsessed with becoming a nurse?
Yeah.
Are there no other jobs? Like,
Right,
I'm just
right.
like, just a question. Like, or why do you have to do that? And I feel like the Filipino Americans my age that I meet are either at nursing school because they were forced, or are ashamed because they're not in nursing school. So everyone's like, you should be in nursing. I'm not like, why? And then I remember the first time I moved here, I was talking to someone who's not from the Philippines. And he asked me the same question. And he was like, because where I'm from, we'd be like doctors.
Yeah.
Or some, and we're not trashing the profession. I'm just wondering why
Why is your
that's
ambition
the
second
goal.
place?
Yeah, like, why is that the goal? It's
Yeah.
always being pushed to Filipinos who were born and grew up here. And I was like, why? It's such a stereotype.
Did you guys have that pressure to become a nurse?
I wouldn't say it was pressure, but it was like, oh, you're gonna be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer type of thing. Just because I feel like they see it as stable, they see it as something.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they see that, and they're like, we want you to be stable. We don't want you to have to be, out on the streets or like have the experience that we had trying to have a hard time finding a job or whatnot.
Right.
And I'm like, I get it. It's all out of love.
Oh, wait, you guys don't know this because you weren't in the Philippines. Now I can share that because there was a huge campaign by the American government
Oh yeah.
to recruit nurses.
Yeah. After
Oh.
It was pop culture. Like,
Oh, okay.
you get there were like tarps, like, be a nurse today, or
Right.
like hiring
Was
2,000
this in like
nurses.
the 70s and 80s?
Yeah.
No, dude,
60s,
no,
60s,
2000s.
Oh.
What are you guys
Oh.
talking about?
Well,
Oh, there-
That's what I'm saying. Look, my version of the Philippines doesn't exist.
Yeah. Well, there's
60.
also a push like
2060.
post World War II. 'cause
Oh yeah, yeah.
when
But
it
this
was,
one, like this recent
a more
nurse
recent one.
surge,
I
is
see.
like I was in high school, and I even remember they were like, "Would you consider going to?" I'm like, "No offense, it's just I just don't want to do it. I can't see myself in healthcare. I'm gonna pull their oxygens off their face, man. Shut up. Like it's
You'll
not.
get annoyed, yeah.
I will get so annoyed. I'll be like,
Everyone's euthanized.
diba? They're like, tulungan mo ako, tanda. Like, tulungan talaga kita.
Like, worst bedside manner.
Right.
Yeah.
So, parang hindi ko kaya. Diba, pag ikaw, nagwiwi ulit, huhugutin ko yung oxygen mo.
Bed 3 is always praying, so I send her to God.
She made it.
Yeah.
But it was a thing. And then I know so many people who went to nursing school and so many who didn't make it.
Yeah.
So parang they had these nursing degrees and then it was useless.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I don't think I had it. But then I get here and I'm like, oh, it's still a thing here. Like,
Yeah.
but now I guess it's in-house.
Yeah, I have a couple like people like my age.
In-house recruiting.
That's what
Yeah.
happened, you know?
Yeah, I had a friend who like went we were like same age, went to like middle school together, and then went to like freshman year of college together, and then she decided to go to the Philippines and study nursing, and came back. I was like, I feel like that's backwards.
Mhm. So I was like, that's something that I noticed. Like, there are rules on top of like already the rules we have.
Mhm.
Parang, okay, you're here, so you have to be either in the medical field, even if it's not a nurse, you got to be in the medical field, or else it's like looked down upon if you're that kid who wants to be an artist or wants to do something
Yeah,
different.
for sure.
So I was like, okay. I think meron din naman sa Pilipinas ganun, but I didn't experience that at least. So I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but at least I didn't experience that kind of like you have to do this.
Yeah, and like just trying to understand it mentally is like there's so many factors contributing to this path of nursedom, nursery. No, but it's this idea of like I've seen it work for all of my relatives. It's gonna work for you because you look like us, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh shit, you're grandfathered into this legacy of
Right.
nurses or whatever. But also the idea of like, oh shit, we're in America. Who's gonna take care of us when we're old?
Yeah.
That's why I'm gonna train my children to become nurses.
Oh no, that's a thing. Shit.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's real because I've heard the whole time growing up. Oh, we don't put our things in a home or whatever, right? We don't put
Yes,
our real-
yes. Okay,
Like
that's.
there's that cultural aspect
You
to
don't
it.
put our things.
Yeah.
You said things.
Damn.
Hey, I don't know what they identify as.
Tell us
Parents?
how you really feel.
They
Family?
can,
Yeah.
they can identify as persons.
Are you disowned? Because
Places
they don't
or-
claim you, so they're just things.
Some people have disowned me, and you're welcome. Enjoy your home, puta. No, I'm just kidding. I have to really be careful what I say on the pod now, just because like we're kind of famous. We made $1.70 in ads.
I think you're haters now.
Yeah, I know we got haters now.
We can buy a peach mango pie.
Yeah.
Dude.
It was really good
We're-
recently. I don't know, the coconut pie.
Yeah,
Oh.
the
I'm like, shit, you
langka-
spent our money.
Oh, wait.
The
We
langka,
have a connected
banana
accounts.
langka.
Oh, that's so good. The
Dude.
Uber one is so
Yeah.
good. Too.
One of my favorite things is taking my non-Filipino friends to Jollibee
Yeah.
and giving them the Jollibee experience.
Oh yeah, same.
Because I had a friend, he's like, man, I don't like Jollibee.
So you
And
had
I'm
the
like,
wrong-
I'm
yeah.
like, what'd you order? And it was like all the wrong shit.
Ah,
He's like, oh, I got the hot dog. And like, I'm like, you ordered a Jolly hot dog?
Yeah.
Yuck.
But you don't like that? I love Jolly.
But
Fat.
compared
my
to
radar.
like, compared to the entry level.
But like as your like first experience. to
Yeah.
the
No, because like,
brand.
yeah, it's
Because
different
ibang
now with us,
lasa
right?
yung hot dog,
Kasi
diba?
Commissioner, but we went through being kids.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Jolly hot dog was like a
Yeah, the
thing.
nostalgia.
Yeah,
Right,
like-
right.
So it's like when you're stoned and you get the munchies.
But that's not an entry level
Yeah.
Jollibee order, diba? So I'm like, dude,
at
you
Dito's,
fucked
it has to
up.
be the chicken or something.
Chicken with gravy, like.
oh god.
Yeah. The.
He's like, oh, I had the
pancit
chicken.
Or the spaghetti.
Yeah.
Yes, I had it yesterday.
Why do all the punsets like Street Fighter moves?
Yeah.
Bravo.
See,
Yeah.
Beyond.
I'm just testing.
Anton.
I'm just testing our Filipino jokes.
Molo.
I'm just testing our
Pancit
Filipino
molo.
jokes with actual Filipinos and
Right.
see if they
But-
resonate.
See if they hit.
Sotanghon.
Sounds like it's hitting.
Molo.
Yeah.
Pancit molo.
Molo.
Pancit molo.
That's like Dan.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
his Hadouken's like that small.
Yeah.
Molo.
Then there's Hub Hub.
Oh yeah.
That's his
Hub, hub.
favorite.
I love
Oh,
Hub.
it's
Up,
so
up,
good.
up, yeah. That's- up, 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 up,
Oh my God,
up,
si
up.
E-Honda.
Yeah.
Dude.
Make me hungry.
What's the go-to Filipino food you introduce to non-Filipinos?
Ang mga lutong bahay.
Wow.
Yes.
Hey.
So that's where I take them for Filipino food. Because I really want them to experience, not Jolly, I want them to experience like
Right, right, right.
actual. Like, this is kare-kare, this is, this is
Mm.
adobo, this is... Because I think that's the best one among all, that's like so consistently good.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, so it's like, so that's my usual. Like, my boyfriend loves it. Like,
Mhm.
sometimes when we're bored, he's like, let's go to mga alutong bahay. I'm like, really? He's like, I want adobo. So I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
okay, great.
Yeah.
So that's where I take them. I think that's the best one. Because it's even, like I'm telling you this from my own experience, some of it is even better than what we have back home. Because the quality of meat here is so much better.
It's like
So,
cleaner.
Imagine actually cooking like good adobo. Mga lutong bahay does it. They cook great
I
adobo with the great meat quality.
Mm.
It's just
That's true.
perfect.
Yeah.
Because it's different meat quality back home.
I think-
even the kare kare is so good. I'm like, this
Yeah.
oxtail is huge.
I liked
Right.
the kare kare back home when I went, but that's
Oh.
maybe because like the places that get the meat here where I eat are terrible, like Ralph's.
Oh, because you
Yeah.
eat Filipino food in the OC.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shut up.
that's why.
Oh
am
yeah.
OC.
So mga lutong bahay from so you gotta try it. It's really you haven't.
add that place.
It's right. It's really good. Like
Anywhere
the
in
kare kare is
Carson,
the
bro.
best.
It's in Carson.
There's a bunch of places like that in Carson where
I
it's just
added
like.
Like when I tried it, I was like, I'm sorry, grandma,
Yeah.
pero mas masarap.
Oh dang!
Dude, are there like dishes that your family cooks and you're like, why? It takes so long, and we're only gonna eat it one night.
Ampalaya.
Yeah.
Oh,
You ate
I
ampalaya?
hate ampalaya.
I think everyone does.
like,
but
Yeah.
you keep trying it, right?
Right.
You're like every time it's been made.
This is
you're
gonna be the year.
Yeah,
This is gonna be
I'm
the year.
gonna
I
like it
it.
now.
cause
Dude.
they love it. But you're like, I'm
Yeah.
looking at them like, what the fuck
Yeah.
are you eating?
My
Is it-
uncle would grow the ampalaya in our
Yeah.
backyard and cook it like the whole 9 yards. I'm like,
But that one with the egg,
yeah.
and they're like, yum. And I'm
Oh.
like,
Dude,
no.
You
no,
eat for
in
the
my head,
week?
every time
Yeah.
in my head, I go,
Oh.
I think I'm old enough this year. Diba?
Dude,
Yeah.
that's true.
Right.
Oh
But
my
dude,
gosh.
dog, one day when you're 65,
Yeah, it's best.
boom,
Yeah.
and then you're
That's
gonna
true.
you're gonna lick all your fucking fingers.
Yeah.
Because you're
Ang
looking-
sarap,
Yeah.
dude.
You're looking for your taste buds.
Yeah.
No, that's what it
Why not?
is.
That's it.
Where is it?
You have no more taste
Yeah.
buds. So ampalaya tastes good.
Yeah.
Fuck,
It
dude.
makes you feel good too. It's supposed to be good for your body.
Vitamin A. Vitamin ampalaya.
I swear, when I was a kid, I took a bite of one and I felt it like my body felt warm. I'm just like, I don't think this is supposed to.
Your body was rejecting
I-
it.
Yeah. I don't think it's supposed to react this
Find me a
way.
nurse.
You're right.
Luckily, everybody you know is a nerd.
Right. Right.
Oh, the next door.
Dude, we should do a kung fu parody movie where they need a nurse, and it's like, here's the directory of nurses or what, and it's a mirror. You know, like the
Oh.
trope in kung fu movies, or
Right.
it's you the whole time.
got a
Like, kung fu
backstory.
panda.
Yeah.
Fuck. I am the nurse.
Yeah.
Dude. Okay, so Filipino baiting, right?
Oh yeah.
So now, okay, in the media right now, it's cooler than it's ever been to be Filipino. Agreed? Like, there's so much representation in the media of being Filipino, but this is one thing I was talking about where representation to us in media is different than maybe coming from the Philippines.
Yes.
Right? Because to us, we've seen representation done bad, where it's like shoved down your fucking throat of like, Lola, nasaan ang pancit ko dito, right? Where it's like every bit of the movie is Filipino, and it doesn't need to be. Where it's just like, yo, just be Filipino and make a movie. And we've said this countless times on the pod, but what does good representation to you look like, being from the Philippines? You know.
I
In
think
like American media.
I think my mine might be different because like I don't like the super good depiction, because some people get really defensive, especially in the Philippines when there's like, remember, you guys don't know this, in the 90s Claire Danes like made a comment about how dirty Manila was, and the Senate got involved and declared her persona non grata.
Dang.
And I'm like, but it's the truth. So there are some depictions of Filipinos that people think are bad, but it's the truth there. And I'm like,
hold
why
on,
are you
time out,
like...
time out. Could you imagine like being in that room watching Claire Danes say that shit, and you're like in power, and you're like, Claire
like,
Danes,
I'll give you so much importance that there's a
Right.
bill about you.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, she's just a person. She happens to be a Hollywood celebrity.
She's expressing an experience.
But like
right?
may mga ganyan, may mga defensive. So to me, that's like, for what I love, I totally enjoyed depiction of Filipinos was Triangle of Sadness. Have you guys
Oh.
seen that movie?
What is that?
It's the one with Dolly De Leon that she made waves in the Philippines because she got nominated for a Golden Globe, and
Mhm.
she's like a super good actress. But Triangle of Sadness has her where she's a cleaning lady of a cruise. And I was like, this is who we are. Like, you know, this is what we do. This is the kind of things we gift to the Western world.
Mhm.
That, you know, and you give us shit for it, but we literally take the jobs you guys don't want.
Right.
So it's like, I love that depiction.
So
because
is your depiction? You want to see more true to life?
I want to see the struggles
You
because
wanna
I
see the
want
struggle,
them
okay,
to,
but-
you know, like we're not having fun all the time. It's not like we're Spider-Man all the time. You know, I mean that was good though. I was like
Spider-Man's
classic
friend.
Lola,
Right.
like like
Oh yeah.
Not
the
even
Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
Philippine. So it's like, but it's not
Spider-Friend.
fun all the time.
Yeah.
A lot of Filipinos don't live in that house like that because they're working in freaking cruise ships.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I want people to know the truth that we're not
Mm.
just
Right, that's true. Like it's like similar with kind of FilAm comedy, where it's like, oh, I'm tired of the like, oh, we're all nurses. Like these, like for me, like tired tropes.
Super common. Like it's
Where
saying
I'm
a knock
like,
knock
okay,
joke
I'm
over
it.
and over
Yeah.
again.
Or the like, the rice cooker.
Yeah.
In, like
Yeah.
Daily City, or like the Daily City
Daily
is so
City,
foggy
yeah.
because it's all these
Dude.
rice cookers.
Yeah.
Like I went to a show and then there was like a she's like Filipino and black, and that was like her opening bit. I was like groaning at the like rice cooker thing. I'm like, okay, this is old material. Let's get
Yeah.
into something like more nuanced. It
Mm.
was also like an all Filipino show, so I'm like, okay, let's get into something deeper besides like nurses, like making sure your grades are good.
The accent.
The accent, overprotective parents. Where it's like, okay, we all experience this. Let's do something more nuanced.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for my version of representation is a little different where like you want to see the struggles and stuff. I think I'm so used to seeing the overly Filipino scream it to the world. I just want to see fucking Filipinos exist and do shit that has nothing to do with being Filipino. So like, and I think it's a result of my upbringing here as a Filipino - American, right? Where it's
Yeah.
like, I just want it to be I just want permission to exist in a foreign land and do regular shit,
Mm.
which is like kind of fucked up, right? But that's the truth we live under, where I want to go to school and not be made fun of for the food, right? That like I
So
bring to
that
school.
happens talaga.
Before, not
Yeah,
now,
well,
because
not
a long
hipsters
time
are
ago.
real.
Right.
But like,
Yeah.
They did one good thing.
yeah.
No.
But like the idea of even making the joke, I don't even want to see the joke anymore, right? I just want the acceptance of like, our food smells different, but fuck, like, you know what I mean? Like it's what it is,
Right.
you know. And having comment on that portion of the thing, I think is cheap humor. And as someone who, you know, works with comedy and wants to make people laugh, like the cheap joke is not the best ever. You know what I mean?
I take offense to that.
I looked right at you,
Right.
and I
I
was
found
gonna
out.
say sometimes, but yeah, just like the permission to exist is like what I'm trying to like look for in representation shit, right? And just like do other shit. It doesn't even have to be like be a superhero, right? Like be like a okay. It's gonna. I was gonna say be a murderer, but that was like no, don't
No,
don't
that's
do
the
that.
wrong way. Wrong
Yeah,
way.
yeah. But I don't know what's like a common thing white
Yeah.
people are allowed to do.
City planning.
No, like do a love story where it doesn't revolve around an interracial relationship.
Oh, that's
Or
true. Yeah.
like for example, like the Spider-Man thing. Like, why did she have to be that TikTok tita Filipino
Mm.
stereotype where she was like, oh, blah, blah, you know, she was like the actual
Lola,
stereotype of
yeah.
Filipinos on TikTok.
Yeah, in all fairness, like none of my lolas are like that.
Oh, me too. And that's not fun. They're fun like that.
Huh?
that like the lolas that are like that are so fun.
Yeah, but my
Right.
lolas are like,
My love was like that.
okay. Like they're so like, yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah.
But why don't they display that, diba? Like
Yeah.
why don't you just play a normal like I mean
Yeah.
sorry, not using the word normal, but
right,
like,
right.
a
Not-
lola.
like
that's
like,
like-
like a non-caricature.
Yeah.
Like when you say, what do you expect?
Yeah, like with this
Yeah, what do you
BGC. I think you were in the bathroom. He was like, BGC's so American and it's so normal.
Oh.
I'm like, what did you expect? Because he was like, people were just walking around. Did you want him to go? "Ah, la, la, la,
Yeah.
hello, hello.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Is that your Filipino? Taho.
Just tinikling every
Yeah.
partner.
Nakabarong yung mga tao
Yeah.
like, what?
Dude.
Mabuhay.
Kumusta ka na?
But yeah, you know, it's like a non-current. I think that's why I love Triangle of Sadness, because I was like, this actually showed the struggle and the strength and the smarts and the resilience.
Yeah.
Because if you see it, you'll really see how this character was displayed, like being disadvantaged at the start and then slowly just like getting a voice. So it's fun because you're like, see, we are resilient people too, because you know you're boxing us as nurses, and guess what, we're freaking thriving at it. You know, like we took
Right.
it so freaking seriously that it's a family business now.
Yo,
you
for
know?
reals.
Like, so we are overachievers.
Dude, that's a parody clip.
Yeah, dude.
The
Freaking,
League
like,
of Nurses.
Yeah.
Dude, and then also like hospice Filipinos has entered the chat. home health.
Here comes a new challenger.
That's legit family business.
Dude, hell yeah.
Dude, it's insane.
That is so interesting because like the only person that's a nurse in my family really is just my aunt from that came from the Philippines and my sister. But like no one else in my immediate family. Like,
Yeah.
but like my sister became a nurse because she wanted to work with kids. I think. But like,
You think?
I think.
yeah. But like, I don't know. It's just weird. And like what you were saying, like you just want people like a Filipino to exist. I'm like thinking about how I was in high school
Crazy,
and
right?
stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, that was nice because like I felt like
You're just there.
yeah,
In high
you were
school.
just there in high school doing whatever, not really getting
Doing
big
your
fun.
grades.
Yeah.
doing
Cutting class.
your
Living.
studies.
Consuming your
racing-
lunchbox.
Trying to-
Yeah. Racing your Civic.
Your
It was an
Civic.
Altima.
Your Nissan.
Did you take the emblem off and make a belt out of it too?
Oh my god.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
belt
Yeah.
buckle with
Yeah.
the Acura fucking.
Dang, Swagopino has entered the chat.
Hello, that's us. Hello,
Is it me?
it's
or-
me. I'm the problem. It's me.
Okay, so but the idea of like Filipino baiting, right, is the like the foreigners' use of our culture or like even our people to get ahead. Because you said it earlier, it's mad hard to get casted if you're a straight white guy right now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's almost like you had an advantage for so long and now you don't.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Welcome.
Guess
to the
what?
club.
Guess what, bitch? Back up the line.
Surprise.
Yeah. No, but a lot of, and I've experienced it recently. I mean, the same experience,
Yeah,
right?
it's gross.
Which is crazy. Where, person A,
Yeah.
tried to get a spot into this project by like, it's he didn't. I mean, I guess he outright said it, but didn't outright say it. He like Filipino signaled. Is that a word? Like he's like, oh, I'm friends with a lot of y'all.
Oh.
And
Oh.
he's like, so hook a brother up. And I'm like, first of all, dog.
And then like speaking Tagalog, because you know
Was he speaking Tagalog that day?
he knew how to. That's why I couldn't trash talk. I wanted to trash talk him, and they were like, "Marunong yan mag-Tagalog." I was like, "Shit naman."
That's one of the.
I was like,
Let's go.
"Sino nagturo?"
Trashing that person who
Right.
Bibi
Yeah.
naman.
Wag kang masalita.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that is the thing, and it's funny because you guys are here. But if you're in the Philippines, you will see it every day trying to happen. There's
Really?
always this new foreign act that's brought in that cooks adobo on YouTube or like
Oh, that's
you know,
that's here.
sings like
The fucking Food Network dude. There's like this whole thing, and this is why we got a lot of hate comments. We're talking about the Food Network guy. He made adobo on
Zakarian?
yeah George Sarkarian, Jeff
What-
George of the Jungle.
George Sarkarian.
This
See?
white guy.
He made adobo, and he's like, and to finish it off, he put a gang of parsley on this shit. It's like a handful of fucking parsley, dude.
oh shit. No, but I think he wasn't baiting. I think he was just cooking his version.
No, he said authentic.
No, this one kasi yung, like they'll just do it so that it'll get views.
Ah, I see.
Diba? And there's so many of
Yeah,
them.
I see it all over like social media where it's like, oh,
Where they're
white
traveling
guys.
and they go up to a street vendor. Kuya, kuya.
Hello,
Yeah.
trying Jollibee for the first time.
I know.
How many headlines did you see
Right.
of like these white people
Right.
trying it
We
out?
should do that.
Dude, let's do it. Let's do the same
Try-
headline.
Dude,
Yeah.
trying egg salad for the first time.
No, let's try that Filipino food for the first time.
Okay, let's do that
Rocking
too.
All of the
Yeah. Oh, let's do it.
And
I've
people
seen that
watch.
like the version of like this like
Oh wait, let's do that.
Lo-
Dollar
like-
hits.
this like Latina. She was trying white people food, but then using analogies for like Latin food.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So like explaining white people food from the lens of being Hispanic.
Oh.
Yeah, she got like a hot dog, like bland chorizo or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bland chorizo.
Oh wait, you. So we were eating that one day, and the our like boss, he made us tamales.
Your boss?
Our boss made us tamales, and one of our team members didn't like it, and he goes, "You don't like savory suman?"
It's true.
Bro,
That's glass shattering.
that's
It's
not
so
wrong.
funny, dude. That stays with me for my whole life.
Because I was like, why? And he was like, no, I don't like chicken. Those two are like, you don't like chicken? And then he goes, no, I don't like Mexican chicken. What?
It's the layers and layers of racism,
Damn.
bro.
Hurt you. Savory
Savory
suman.
suman, bro.
It is savory.
Yeah.
It is. No.
Yeah.
So good, so good.
Dang.
I
Uh,
had
I,
suman and
my one of my white friends, we were in Seafood City, and he's like, "Yo, this looks good, dude," and he pointed to polvoron.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, "Oh shit, dude, you're gonna choke."
Yeah.
Like,
and
fucking-
diabetes.
No, just like eating it, it's so dehydrating.
Yeah.
Right.
You're
Was
like,
it the big
"Fuck."
ones?
It was the one that was like that.
Oh, dude, the
You gotta
octagon.
like.
Pure sugar.
Flour.
I was like, bro, you gotta drink water when you eat that shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's not.
But try to make him eat it and then make him talk.
Yeah.
Do
Oh,
the,
the whistle
Filipino game.
challenge?
That's like worse than
Be
chubby,
like-
chubby bunny. Yeah.
Let
Yeah,
him
that's
bite and go,
worse.
what? What do you think?
Yeah,
I've cotton mouth.
What about what's Filipino pop culture?
All of our snacks, and this is just me like trying to figure out merch ideas. We don't have any native like snacks.
Boy bawang.
I mean, like, okay,
You said that
I know so fast.
so
You're like
fast.
almost as if you're sponsored.
Yeah.
Almost like
I
Night
want-
Patrol.
That is, those are native snacks.
Yeah,
The native snacks.
Yeah.
I'm just excited.
No, but like candies, we don't really have
Delicious.
candies. You know, because like if you think about the shit we eat, is like White Rabbit or like those are all like
I know we did.
Asian.
No, we
Asian.
did growing up. We did have like
Did you?
Filipino like candies.
Mm.
Meron naman. Like Big Boy, for example.
See, I haven't even heard of that
Wait,
shit.
Big Boy's a candy?
Yeah, it's like a pink bubble gum. That's like it's like it's not American tasting gum. It's like
Yeah.
it's a Filipino
Ibang
sugar.
timpla.
Yeah.
Filipino sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
iba yung
good.
timpla. So we have those like and of course chocolate. You guys grew up with that.
Oh, that's
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
That one's also very fragile.
Yeah.
Dried
Chocolate.
mangoes.
Oh, that's true.
Mm.
Or
So
like
we do have snacks.
Chocolate is
there's
like-
a
yeah.
young coconut that I think it's like
Wrapper.
dried
That's a wrapper.
and then candied. It's like in a square package with like
Yes.
sesame. I think that's also regional.
Oh, those, yeah, with the sesame on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't know why it's a
No, like,
young
is it
coconut.
packaged?
Right.
Is it packaged or is it like a homemade?
both.
Both.
Yeah,
It's like the pasalubong that looks kind of like homemade, where it's like stapled.
Yeah.
And
It's,
not like
it's in a
it's
staple
in a plastic
box,
bag, but it's like
and it's
stapled.
like a
yes.
hella paper wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like pastillas.
This one
Fuck.
here, behind.
This one behind.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
oh,
fine.
oh.
What is
Oh.
that?
yeah,
Yeah, try it.
Can I have
pastillas.
one?
You choose.
No, I want
Actually, I think
pastillas.
marami, but it's all sugar. Like
Yeah.
we love sugary snacks.
Awesome.
all
No,
day.
thank you.
All day.
For the viewers at home.
For the viewers at home,
For getting into this.
what is your
space somehow.
top?
Oh, this cookies.
What is your top?
It's good.
What's your top thing to receive as pasalubong? Oh no, that doesn't
Yeah,
work. You
no,
fucking live there.
we
Right.
live
Oh.
there.
Wrong way.
So I'm
Wrong way.
like,
What's your
Oh.
favorite thing?
Wow.
Oh.
Yo, a like fairly newer snack is the like salted egg fish skin.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
So good.
Shit, I hate piaya.
Oh.
Like,
My uncle came back from the Philippines and he's like, "Oh, here, yeah.
That almost looks like a cross between like hopia and like a different.
Pop-Tart?
it's like a flat hopya,
Oh.
and then it's like dry.
I like my hopia.
That's the
Yeah.
the hopia, but they pack the spam on top of it.
Walang
Oh.
hope. Hopya, walang
It was
hope.
hopia. Now it's hopia. Yeah.
Walang hopia,
Well,
dude.
ooh, that's a good.
Thanks.
that's
But
a
yeah,
good
if you
one.
grew up in the actually we had so many like local snacks, and then iba-iba pa per region. Kasi like you'll only get peanut brittle and ube in Baguio, but you won't get it like in Laguna because
I
you'll get
see.
something else. there.
Right.
Yeah, that
Dude.
is true,
So
Dude, I haven't had chocolate in a long time.
dude. You know,
I feel like chocolate is when you try and make a homemade diamond and it doesn't work.
what?
It's kind of like you try and put pressure,
Oh yeah.
but it doesn't like form into a thing. Never mind, a science major. Sorry. I was also on the way to be a nurse.
He got lost.
I got
and then
lost.
you got oh, you didn't continue.
She found the magic.
I found magic.
Rebel.
I was leveling up to be a scientist, and then
Put the points in the wrong.
and then
tree.
I learned Blizaga instead.
Damn, y'all are nerds.
Did you get it though, you asshole?
You understood,
Takes one to know one.
right?
Well, that is our episode today on. You see that? Yeah, because I'm trying to eat still. That was our episode on, just like Filipino pop culture and the difference between Filipino American and Filipino American.
See that? There's a comma there.
There's a comma there. Thank you so much for joining us. Please watch this and previous episodes.
Let's watch
on-
this again.
Please watch, Please watch this before you switch to Track Patrol.
It's still running.
Could you imagine where your warm up?
Yeah, it's running on 3 wheels.
Please watch this again with your friends.
Dude. What was I saying? Oh, watch this and previous episodes on
We already watched this
YouTube.
episode.
Oh, again, we need views.
Keep watching.
You know what?
episode.
Just watch
Repeat.
the first 30 seconds and run the ad over and over again because we need the money. Yeah, we're on Spotify and YouTube, as well as social media, all the things, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. And I think that's it. There's no... Oh, I get... Is that why you're touching each other?
I wasn't even touching
Because
him.
of shorts?
We're not touching
I
anybody.
was touching the
can
audience.
Anyway, thanks again. We've been your host. I'm the Dre Magics.
DJ Velleman.
Fictitious professor.
And our special guest...
Anil.
Go. You were talking shit. I wasn't getting it right. Oh. Ratanchandani.
Ratanchandani.
Ratanchandani, Anil.
Oh, I keep mixing the
Yes.
the D and the chan.
The chan.
Chan?
Ako na, I keep mixing my
Ratanchandani.
chan.
Yo, but thank you so much. This has been like really great having you on as a guest.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. If you want to see more of Anil on this podcast, subscribe
Watch
to
it
our. Keep running the ad. Comment down with any other topics from his from his particular perspective. But until then,
Don't forget your baon.
peace.
Oh, sige na, Pandeez.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Pandesoul.
And check out previous episodes on Spotify and YouTube.
Thanks for laughing, and join us next week because there's enough Pandesoul to go around.
And don't forget your baon!